There we go, check that out. It looks kind of like a pyramid. Made it. I've been wanting to go here for more than a decade. Samir Osmanagic, born 1st June 1960 in Senica, Yugoslavia, also known as Sam Osmanagic, is best known for promoting the pseudo-archaeological project related to the so-called Bosnian Pyramids. Osmanagic claims that a cluster of natural hills in central Bosnia and Herzegovina are the largest human-made ancient pyramids on Earth. Professional geologists, archaeologists, and other scientists have concluded, after direct analysis of the site, its known history, and excavations, that the hills are common natural formations known as flatirons, and that there are no signs of human construction involved. No, I am not going snorkeling. So I've been curious about these supposed pyramids in Bosnia for more than a decade. Back around 2005, 2006 was when I first heard about the Bosnian Pyramids. That was around the time that Samir Osmanagic discovered them. He is a Bosnian American who was living in America. Apparently a friend of his basically contacted him while he was living in the States and said, "Yo man, you gotta come back to Bosnia and check out these weird looking hills, because I think there's something going on here," something like that. And so he came back here and checked them out, and he basically has the idea that these are actually human created pyramids that are tens of thousands of years old, if they were pyramids, despite the fact that the mainstream archaeological community definitely disagrees with that. So I've looked into them a fair amount, and they definitely look very intriguing. I am on the fence, definitely. They are very strange looking, monuments, buildings, mountains, hills, whatever the heck they are. And the main one looks strikingly like a perfect pyramid. And apparently the excavations going on there that happen every year at this time, so I would assume that they are going on now, have unearthed human activity, despite what the spiel there from Wikipedia that I just read said. Then they are supposedly discovering in their excavations that there is signs of human activity, human creations, tunnels, walkways, buildings, etc. And so I'm gonna go find out. Waiting for the bus. It's about a 20-mile or 30-kilometer bus ride to the small village of Visoko. This is Sarajevo. I'm looking forward to getting out of the city here and seeing a smaller village of Bosnia and Herzegovina. As that page on Wikipedia mentioned, Samir was born in Yugoslavia, but Yugoslavia no longer exists. Bosnia and Herzegovina here is part of the former Yugoslavia, and so he was born in this area. So anyways, looking forward to the bus ride there and taking a look at these things in person and seeing what they're all about. You've been to the pyramids?
We had to see the place, but we also walked up the pyramid, yeah.
Can you just walk up to it, or what do you recommend?
It's just here.
That's the one I can see there.
Yeah. You'll see signs.
The town is at the base of it. So just go over there and then go that way or something?
Cross the bridge,
Go left.
turn left on the main drag and go straight.
Sweet. Thank you. So that is it, folks. The Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. There we go. Check that out. It looks kind of like a pyramid. Made it. I've been wanting to go here for more than a decade. So there are believed to be multiple pyramids. There's also the Pyramid of the Moon and then another one. And as you can see, obviously, it does not look like the Egyptian pyramids of stone. So the belief is that it was originally created as a pyramid like the Great Pyramids of Giza, yet much larger. But then it is so old, like tens of thousands of years, that it has completely been covered in dirt and trees. And so it looks like a mountain with a very distinct pyramidal shape to it. But is it natural? Is it man-made? That is the question. And I highly suspect that I will not be answering that question in this visit, but it will be interesting to investigate. Anyways. Hello there, doggy. And so this is Visoko, the town. And there it is, just hovering over the town. Check this out, very cool stonework that looks like an optical illusion. Bosanski Pyramid, to the right. Cool mural here. It's like a woman knitting, and I guess that's the pyramid in the background. All right, going this way. And so this is looking up the side of it. I'm not quite sure what to expect as far as whether I'm going to see some of the excavations or get more of a feel for, the possible human, evidence. Okay, apparently it is this road right here. I talked to this lady, or not talked, but said pyramid, and she kind of said this general direction. I say, just go, okay. Thank you. Okay, glad that she caught me there. I just kind of heard a noise from behind me, and it was her yelling at me, saying, you gotta go up this hill. All right, it appears I'm going the right general direction. Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. All right, nice to see the signs finally. Okay, we got a picture up there that will better illustrate why people think that this is a pyramid and not just a mountain. And so there it is, as seen from higher up. You can see the just crisp, sharp lines there, so that it's a, flat surface, and then it just goes this way to the other side, and then the back side. And so it is believed that underneath this mountain is an actual pyramid made of stones, something like that, manufactured, created by humans, which would be staggeringly even more massive than the Great Pyramids of Giza, which themselves are almost impossible to imagine how they were created by people, and yet this is much larger, if it is a pyramid. All right, now this is definitely getting more interesting. I guess this is a site of some of the excavations. I found it.
Yeah, finally, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time here.
First time, yes.
Okay, I'm
First
the
time to
guide for the
Bosnia.
location here.
Oh, I see.
I will give you a couple information about the place.
That's awesome. Do you mind if I'm shooting video?
Yeah, not a problem.
Cool.
Starting here, okay? Climbing from here into the forest is about actually 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
So from here actually today.
Okay, so here we have, the Pyramid of the Love and the Dragon. That's what I
Yeah,
remembered.
You have about 5 pyramids. You have the sun, momently you have the biggest one, you have the moon, you have the temple, you have the love, and you have the dragon.
Yeah. So underground tunnels, Pyramid of the Moon. Here we are, Pyramid of the Sun, Pyramid of Love next to it.
Yeah.
Mother Earth and Dragon, and then you can get some better views of
From the top,
some of the others.
best view actually can get. From the top of this pyramid, it is the best view.
Oh, it must be amazing.
But actually, it's a little bit harder to climb. It is manageable, but you know.
It's not so simple like this. It's like going up
Go through the forest, you know,
the
it's
forest.
really steep. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids represents the biggest complex of pyramidal structures in the world. It consists of Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, with its height over 220 meters, is bigger than Cheops Pyramid. Pyramid of the Moon, 190 meters. Pyramid of the Bosnian Dragon, 90 meters. Temple of Mother Earth and Pyramid of Love. Pyramids of Sun, Moon, and Dragon form a perfect equilateral triangle with 2,170 meters distance between their tops. All pyramids are oriented toward the cosmic north. 55 leading scientists from 13 countries concluded during First International Scientific Conference on Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids in August 2008 that Bosnian pyramids were archaeological phenomenon and further scientific investigation was needed. Georadar and thermal analysis confirmed existence of passageways and chambers inside the pyramids. Sample analysis of rectangular blocks from the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun at institutes for materials in Bosnia, Italy, and France have confirmed that they were man-made as concrete blocks of exceptional quality.
This is the latest one about the age.
Great. 29,000
Yeah.
plus or minus 400 years. Amazing. And how long have you been working here?
For me now, this is my 4th year.
I see.
So as a guide.
And are archaeological excavations going on at this moment, or?
We actually, yes, the season is actually already in progress.
Uh-huh.
So we are having volunteers. And we have about, this year, maybe, we're expecting to have at least 200 more people actually to come.
Coming later, okay.
Yeah.
There's so much controversy around it, obviously.
Mhm.
That sign says that archaeologists have concluded that it is likely
Yeah.
human created, but then the mainstream archaeological community seems to reject them.
Well, actually,
Has many of them really even visited here? Or?
well, a lot of them just, saw it on TV actually.
Yeah.
Well, half of them were not here.
Quite
Actually,
divided. Some
it's-
say yes, some say no.
But now is actually about 99% that it is.
Okay.
1% is not. Reason is the biggest, the oldest, and you change the history.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll change the history.
You have to change all of human because supposedly is it even the Stone Age or
Scientists,
before Stone Age or
who knows actually?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you first of all about the location.
Okay. Wow. So these are the
The blocks.
original blocks,
Oh yeah.
natural or unnatural.
Now these are unnatural actually. When we began the study, we began it in April in 2006.
Yeah.
First time we came here, it was like this. So just in the complete forest, you could see absolutely nothing.
Uh-huh.
Discover the first block, which was this, the longest. The block is about 4.5 meters long and 1.5 meters wide. 45 centimeters thick, mass 7 tons. 45-degree angle, 4 by 90. 4 flat sides, breaking 90-degree angle. Perfect shape.
Yeah.
You have another one here, and then you have another one behind it. It goes on and on and down. Now from this perspective, I actually have seen, you can see its form of a structure actually, as a structure. So someone constructed it. It was not placed by nature. The third one, right in the middle, for what? For stability actually. Structure stability. So it goes like this.
I
1,
see.
2,
So the
3
way that the
actually.
rocks interact with each other makes sense that they were placed
So
intentionally. How deep was this buried in dirt?
It was about 1.20 meters max.
That's all.
That's all actually.
Yeah.
The best quality concrete you can produce today is in Germany. The best quality is about 60 megapascal, the pressure actually, and blocks here, the minimum value is 73. Maximum 134. Like this is at least 2 times much more better quality. And human history.
Because the compression of the rocks together is even more dense than the best concrete.
Today, actually, yeah, definitely. Actually, in Mexico, you have the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan City, about 74 meters high. Okay.
74 meters,
74
okay.
meters.
I've been there to Teotihuacan, outside of Mexico City.
Mm-hmm. After that, you have actually a pyramid in Egypt, the biggest one. You have the Cheops, 147. And this pyramid, 220. Now, this pyramid begins with a height by our study, officially from here. This part,
this is the bottom.
Here, actually, 220. Reason is, everything down. We actually didn't have a lot of finance to clean more down because it's private property. If we go down and we start cleaning, and we found the blocks like this, and we do more, what we say, advanced investigation, then
it gets bigger.
It gets bigger. How much? Additional 100 meters.
I see.
So actually, in any case,
if it goes to the base of the valley.
If it goes base of the valley, again, it's the biggest. Now, as you see here, you have.
So everything here was covered in dirt, just like with trees and everything.
Like this, actually.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So we actually imagine to clean all of this. All this is a shovel and bucket. No machinery. We can't clean this. But we clean it one day, maximum 1 meter actually. So what we do?
Because other pyramids around the world, I think in Mexico, were also covered in dirt and rocks, and then they had to clear them away, but they're smaller. So
much more smaller, much actually, what's easier to clean actually.
Yeah.
And we found blocks beneath, not at the same level. So
it's okay to step on it, I guess.
Yeah. So they actually put the blocks beneath, but it doesn't go like this. It goes like this, on the middle, and you had the second one right in the middle, and so on and on. And the same construction is actually over there, just being much more deeper to the blocks.
Open caverns or
we
rooms.
We believe they are pretty much, let's say, hollow, empty actually.
Yeah.
The reason is no one did go inside.
Yeah.
So we cannot say 100%
Not yet.
they're completely actually empty, but we know on the satellite scanning, you have actually, when you shoot ultrasound for this, you can get an echo inside. You can see actually how much places you're supposed to have. We believe there are 7 floors in the pyramid on several locations, let's say put on a specific spot.
And so he's continuing to talk with those guys there. They arrived kind of midway through the tour, and so he's explaining the part to them that he told me at the beginning. They are from Canada, but the woman there is actually from this area, and so she speaks Bosnian. And so after that tour, I am definitely left much more convinced that this could actually be a pyramid than before. I'd heard some of this before, I'd watched a few videos and stuff, but it is definitely different to see it in person and see something like this that just looks so bizarre for a natural formation or surface. Now, certainly I've seen other places in the world with, rock that is straight and, has sharp edges and stuff like that. Like in Yosemite National Park, there are just these big, like, granite hillsides and stuff that are at an angle, perfectly straight with straight up and down, like 90-degree angles and stuff like that. And so, obviously, you can't just look at this and just say, oh, it must be man-made. It looks like, slightly suspicious. But when you add everything together that he was talking about, when you look at the shape of this thing in general and how perfectly pyramidal it looks with the 4 sides coming up to a point, when you consider that it is so perfectly oriented to the north and that there are other structures in the area that are similar, and then everything else that he talked about, the various tunnels that have been found, the sonar that has looked at the surfaces beneath this, it all just kind of adds up at least to the possibility that yes, this could be a pyramid, human constructed somehow. I mean, you can't even really conceive of how they could have made something so massive, but the Great Pyramids of Giza themselves defy belief, really, but they are obviously human created structures. These are bigger, but they are not, so much more massive. He said that it is about 1.5 times the height of the Great Pyramid of Giza. As he said, that is a conservative estimate, and so it could actually be larger. But anyways, it is, you know, in the same general range of pyramids that we know that humans did create. And so you can at least sort of get your mind around the possibility that, okay, humans can create incredible things. And thousands of years ago, when, you know, many civilizations were very rudimentary, tribalistic, and were not creating things like this, and yet you have these pyramids around the world that were created by humans thousands of years ago, seemingly defying the, you know, norms of the time, and yet they are undeniable. So very fascinating for sure. And so I guess this is the path that continues up the mountain. I'm not going to go all the way to the top, but I will poke around here a bit. Here we go, another site. This trench was dug in 2011 and 2012 to investigate a crack in the pyramid. Organic material retrieved from the crack has been carbon dated to 29,200 years BP, so before present. This guides us in establishing a timeline for construction. If you climb down the steps and drop into the crack, you will be able to see the inside of the pyramid. Wow. Okay, let's do that. And so he talked about this in his discussion there, that they found a fossil embedded inside the crack there that they carbon dated, and that's how they got that result. I can feel cold air coming from inside there. Wow. I mean, there is airflow going on there. That is leading somewhere. What a trip. And here we have another crack. I do not feel the same cold air coming out of that one that was totally obvious in the other one. Here I do feel it. Definitely. So the big question, was this made by humans or by nature? There is a definitive answer, one way or another. It is not, you know, a gray area. Either it was or it wasn't. And there's really no way to know for certain. So looking at these, that absolutely staggers the imagination to consider that humans actually created this like concrete. But of course, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case for these still to be human-made pyramids, because the blocks that were used to create the Great Pyramids of Giza in Egypt, it isn't believed that the ancient Egyptians formed those blocks manually themselves. They mined those blocks from the earth, so it is a natural creation, the actual materials used to create the pyramids, and then they put them together and you know, organize them into the pyramid that we can now see. And so this, of course, could be naturally formed material, which then was, you know, put in place by human beings. I haven't a clue. Sure seems like a hell of a lot of work. And that certainly could be a natural, you know, phenomenon as well. It is a trip how there are just those lines with the gaps in the middle there. I'm still on the fence, but I am definitely open to the possibility that this is some sort of human creation beyond our conception of what cultures could have been like. I suppose there might never be a definitive answer, but who knows, maybe in 50 years or 100 years, this will be the biggest tourist attraction on Earth, and everyone will be coming here to see the exposed pyramid that is undeniably something created by a culture a long, long time ago. All right, time for me to hike back down this hill or pyramid or whatever it is and get back to Sarajevo. Tomorrow I'm going to Mostar in Bosnia and Herzegovina. From there, either to Dubrovnik, Croatia, or else Montenegro, and then Albania. All right, thanks for watching. Take it easy.